Nancy, what happened in lab band on Thursday that was we talked about? Remember, it was weird. Dr. Manfredo said something I thought was weird. You and I talked about it.
It was something like stepping up.
Yeah, what it was Matt Olson up there. He was doing air for band.
It was I don't know what I thought. He said something about like you can't conduct like a middle school band the same way you would conduct.
Yeah, but he said something very specific, and I can't remember because it was like I couldn't believe what he meant to say was what he actually said, because he said something about how we don't want them to have to listen. Because we talked about the subdivision. I'm noticing nobody is subdividing this last bar, but we're getting a retardando just fine. And it reminds me of Dr. Thompson's advice of doing it as a last resort. What was it? It wasn't subdivision that he was talking about. I can't remember. But I really felt like it was an interesting point, because it was sort of the opposite of some of the things that we talk about in it. And I hope that you understand. I think it's an interesting point because of how much I respect Dr. Manfredo. I don't bring it up because I want to tell you about how Dr. Manfredo says something in Cook 212 that's wrong. That's not the point at all. He said something in Cook 212 that's different than my instincts to say it. So I'm excited to talk about that. Dr. Manfredo is someone I respect a great deal. So if he has an opinion, he has a feeling about this that's different than mine, that's a great opportunity to maybe learn some. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe not. Maybe it just depends on the situation. But what it was, since we can't think of the specifics, so it really struck me as one of those times again where we're selling the young musicians too short if we go automatically to like the lowest common denominator. You know, there's absolutely no doubt about it that if you were conducting this chorale with a young ensemble and you don't subdivide the poco ritardando in the last bar, they won't slow down as much for you the first time than if you did. If you went through this with a young group and you subdivide those eighth notes in the last measure, you will get them to slow down more the first time than you would if you did not subdivide the first time. But my experience is that if you then just said, folks, I'm going to do those last couple bars again, I'm going to try a little harder to show you what I'm after, pretty quickly they'll get after it. And then the next time that you do it, the first time out of the chute, they'll get after it quicker. And eventually what you'll have is actually some kind of musically sensitive youngsters with antennae that are kind of floating around the room and are hip and aware to that kind of thing. My experience is just if we always subdivide immediately, if we always hand them what we want them to do, what is the incentive for them to then grow into sensitive young musicians? How are we hoping that that's going to develop if we don't, you know, how do we get stronger if we never pick up any weights? You know, how do we get flexible if we don't work our flexibility exercises? Thanks. End of speech. I wish I could remember exactly what it was, but please. real thing.
Okay.
This is a real habit. And we talked about this in 212 the other day. You were just doing your little visualization exercise. You were out here. So this is where you want to, you know, given no other circumstances, where you're going to go.
I'm thinking of a bow.
Yeah. Oh, I bet you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. Right. So.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Just tuck him away. Okay. First Fermata, trombone. That's a sounding.
C? Oh no. Well, or the upper, the up. Do you want the upper?
Yeah, upper.
So it's a sounding C. Right?
What's written?
Oh no, trombone.
What?
The C.
Okay. Why are you so unsure?
I don't know.
I'm looking at a thing 6 feet away. Okay, if I'm the 7th grade trombone player in your band and you're going to tell me it's a C.
It's a C.
It's a C. You're darn right. It's a C. So what's it sound?
I don't remember.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's a C.
It's a C.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much.